late for the airport.
We got time.
She's not expecting us to be there. If we're late, we'll miss her.
Joan, we got 2 hours. We can't be crowding her.
We're her parents. We're not crowding her. Annie's gonna feel much better after this trip. She needed to get away.
Maybe, but it's making you crazy.
You're as nervous as I am. 3 months. It seems like forever.
Get used to it, honey. She's 24 years old.
I just hope the plane's on time. We have to plug in the refrigerator. I told her. Oh, my God.
What happened here?
I got it framed for my mother's birthday.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, that's her and her friend Louise from Tennessee.
An extremely thoughtful gesture, Robert.
Yeah. It just feels like it's not enough, though. I mean, your 60th birthday should be something special. What I really want to do is slide her into a condo or something, you know, get her out of Inglewood.
That takes bucks.
Yeah. $5 grand, opens escrow, 7-year adjustable, caps out under 10. I got to wrap down, man.
What a sweet idea.
Yeah, I thought so, too. But she turned me down flat. She says she likes the neighborhood. That's where all her friends are.
Well, why don't you fix the place up some? New furniture, new paint job. That's what I'd do if I had the cash.
Bobby's a big spender, aren't you, buddy?
You know that's right. When it comes to my mom, man, I owe her a lot. And I did offer to redo the whole place, man, but she likes things the way they are. Familiar.
Why don't you send her on a trip someplace? My mom always wanted to go on one of those cruises. My dad didn't know. He said it was a waste of money, but...
That's it. Send your mom in the love book.
Bobby, how you sit?
I'm on the phones all day. I got 5 cases open.
Close them. Connie, Ann Conlon, 24. Supposed to come back from a 3-month trip to Europe. Never got off the plane. Parents filed a report.
Maybe she's having too good of a time. Could have met someone, fell in love.
Well, lose the maybe and the could have, and we can mark the case closed. Meantime, go check out her apartment. Parents were there yesterday. Rent's all paid up. The place has been stripped clean. Bare walls. Everything gone. Seem a little strange?
I'll get on it.
Sandowski. Couple of teenagers left the party last night, south side, around Hyde Park. Girl's parents called in the report twice. Pretty frantic. They never came home.
Drugs involved? Booze?
Here's the preliminary. Read it.
Hey, how about a play? Your mother seen Phantom yet?
No, man, theater's too stuffy. Besides, she don't need to see no more people in masks. She got enough of them trying to come in her window already.
That's nice. You really care about your mom.
You know that.
It's that Tedesco boy. I told Carrie to stay away from him.
He's her regular boyfriend?
Not after I get my hands on him. He knows how much we worry about her.
Have they ever stayed out all night before?
Never.
She's broken curfew, but she's always called, no matter how late. It's one of our rules.
Is this boyfriend of hers a little wild?
Let's just say that he has very little supervision. Both his parents work.
I called Andy's house early this morning. Nobody answered.
Carrie have anyone she's close with who might have heard from her, somebody else at the party?
She's close with us.
Does she have any brothers or sisters?
No, it's just the 3 of us.
Our daughter has a lot of friends. We can give you some names.
That'd be very helpful. I'll also need a good picture.
We have this one. It was taken last Christmas.
You'll get that back to us, won't you?
Of course.
I signed off on the Aronson case. Petrovic's still open.
I got one for you. Towing company repoed a new Mercedes from a garage at Dearborn in Ontario. Both apartment and car leased to one Jerome Vincent. That was taped to the back of the rearview mirror.
Bad investments, no luck. I'm sorry if I caused trouble for anyone. Life is too painful, so I'm ending it. JV. Brief but poignant.
Problem is no body. Not in the car, the apartment, or the morgue.
It's not a bad walk to the lake from there.
Get the Mercedes. I want the evidence guys in there before anybody else. Connie call yet?
It's about the only one who hasn't. Lieutenant, how am I supposed to get any work done?
Diligence. You got your mother's eyes.
Think so?
Recognized her, didn't I?
Check out that smile, huh? Now, what would this woman want for her 60th birthday?
Having you for a son, Bobby.
Yeah, right.
Going to law school, being a good cop. That's what makes a mother happy.
Yeah?
Who's your friend?
Louise Madison, Murfreesboro, Tennessee. Haven't seen each other in 40-some years. You know, I've heard so much about this woman, I feel like I know her already.
You three celebrating together?
Nah. Yeah. Yeah, now that would be special. That's a great idea, Lieutenant. Thanks.
What a pretty girl. All of them. It must be nice having sisters.
Yeah.
I have an older brother, but he made me feel like a tag-along sometimes.
Oh, Anne was great to hang out with. She was the oldest, so she kind of took the heat off for the rest of us.
She never complained about anything. Not a bit of trouble.
When did you hear from her last?
3 months ago, we took her to the airport. Kissed her goodbye outside customs.
I love getting postcards when my friends travel. Makes me feel like I'm sharing the adventure.
Anne told us she didn't plan to write. You know, kids need their space.
Oh, yeah. Sometimes I don't talk to my parents for weeks at a time. Especially if we've had a fight or...
Oh, no, it wasn't that. She was pretty down before she left. She lost a lot of weight.
Planning that trip was the first thing to cheer her up in months.
Was it work or boyfriend problems?
Anne's boyfriend, Scott, passed away 7 months ago.
Oh, that's awful. Must have been very hard on her.
Wasn't easy.
On any of us. She stopped coming to Sunday dinners. Didn't even want us to visit.
When Joan and I stopped by with the groceries the other day, that's the first time we'd been inside her apartment in 6 months.
Any chance she was thinking about moving? Maybe with everything that was going on, she forgot to mention it.
You don't know Annie. Very organized. She's a court reporter, always making lists and schedules.
Oh, I really admire that. She probably had her whole European itinerary all mapped out in advance. And she happened to leave a copy.
No. All we had was the flight information.
Don't tell me Carrie's mother's called in the cavalry already.
You're not concerned that Annie didn't come home last night?
Kid finished midterms, just blowing off a little steam.
Our baby's missing and you didn't even tell me?
Baby, 17 years old. Kid's all city 440 relays. He better enjoy his freedom now, because he's gonna be busting his tail for the rest of his life.
Has he done this kind of thing before?
No. Oh my God, something terrible could have happened.
Oh, don't be ridiculous. He'll be strutting through that door any time now.
Your husband's probably right, Mrs. Tedesco. We just want to make sure.
Of course I am. And he's got 2 older brothers, tough kids, both of them. Played football, not track. They should stay out all the time doing who knows what. They turned out fine.
Andy's not like that.
Well, maybe he's finally started growing up a little. Did you ever think of that?
Thank you very much for your time.
Yeah. Right, Louise Madison. That would be class of 50, 51. Right, I know it's a long time ago, but don't you have an alumni association?
No, I don't mind waiting. I don't want to eat alone. I don't like eating alone. Fine, whatever. See you later.
Barbara working late tonight?
Try every night. What What do you got?
Jerome Vincent, the suspected suicide. All his neighbors love him. He seems to be one of those kinds of guys who likes helping out older people. He walks their dogs, brings them home pizza when they're feeling under the weather. He's a regular saint.
Even saints kill themselves.
Yeah, but keep reading. The only prints the evidence guys found in the car came up on the computer as a Joe Bitter, not Jerome Vincent.
The only prints?
Yeah. And Joe Bitter has a stack of warrants in Cincinnati. Fraud, forgery, check kiting. He disappeared 6 months ago.
And showed up here with a new name.
A new scam.
Sounds more like he's running than missing. But it's still our case till we find something out.
Lieutenant? The Cannell case? Scratch my theory about her falling in love in Europe. She never even went. She had one of those non-changeable, non-refundable tickets, and the airlines canceled the return ticket because she never even used the first half. She never even applied for a passport.
What about her apartment? Any of her neighbors see her move out?
No one noticed anything. People come and go from the singles complexes all the time.
Friends?
Her best friend is a Janet Barnes. The Connells talked to her, and she said she didn't know anything, but I have a call out to her to set up an interview.
Good.
There's something else. Her credit was totally clean, but her rent was prepaid 3 months in advance, and her bank account was cleared out except for 90 days worth of service charges. Why?
You tell me.
I can't figure. There's no financial problems to speak of. There's no evidence of drugs or criminal activity.
Boyfriend got sick, died. Makes a person vulnerable. Cult, maybe.
I didn't get the feeling from her family that she was that vulnerable, but I'll ask around.
Try the feds. Could be witness protection. They won't tell you nothing officially, but if you listen hard, you know what I mean. You're gonna have to dig deep. When you find a trail this smooth, somebody's walking behind with a broom sweeping up.
Thanks.
My boss would like to catch up with him as well. Mr. Vincent talked him into waiving the security deposit, then stiffed him for 2 whole months' rent.
Does anybody else work here with him?
Mm-hmm. His secretary, Madeline, a woman about my age, even she got stuck for a few weeks' salary. She saw it coming, too. She told me she thought that he was a little flaky.
Why did you keep working for him then?
Do you have any idea how hard it is for a 62-year-old woman to get a job, any job these days?
Do you know how to get in touch with Madeline?
I'm sorry. I don't even know what her last name is.
That's all right, we'll find her. Right now, I'd just like to take a good look around, if that's okay with you.
Sure. Just let me know when you're ready to leave so I can lock up.
Thanks.
Mr. Vincent, Herman Rastad. We've decided to go for the whole package. You have my number.
Jerry, this is Charlotte Bernstein. I'm sure this is just an oversight, but my doctor hasn't been paid yet.
My doctor says he can't treat me anymore unless some of his bills are paid. Please call us. We are getting desperate.
I remember how close I used to be with my boyfriend's family. His mother and I used to talk for hours. We still do. Of course, I haven't talked to Rick for years.
We didn't have that kind of a relationship. In fact, I don't think we've heard from Anne since the funeral.
I'm sorry about your son. It must be awful losing a child. How did he die?
Cancer.
Was he maybe acting different before he got sick? Maybe something he and Anne were involved in?
What they were involved in was each other. We didn't intrude.
She loved our son, and he loved her. After he was hospitalized.
They kept to themselves.
Did they ever make future plans? Maybe something Anne's still involved in, a project or a group?
Look, we're sorry for the Connellans, but we really can't help. We just don't know where Anne is.
Louise Madison. Let me think on that a moment. My daddy was a preacher back then.
Yeah, the way I understand it, she was a real spirited girl. She used to climb the big bell tower before church and then sneak back into the choir the back way.
Yeah, Louise. I sure do. She had a fine, sweet voice.
Yeah, that's what my mother said. My mother was in the choir with her. Marva Davison?
Louise and Marva May. I recall them well. Your mama was always chewing them licorice sticks. Used to share with me, too, sometimes.
Do you remember what happened to Louise?
As I recall, Louise went off to college up in Nashville, became a nurse, and did her folks real proud. She went to the war after that, Korea, the medical corps.
Is that right? I bet the town had a big welcome for her when she came back, huh?
Oh, they sure would have. But Louise never came back after the war.
You mean you don't think she came back from Korea at all?
Well, I'm not saying that for a fact. I'm just trying to relate to you what I'm remembering.
Reverend Bascom, do you remember whether she had any kin? Any other folks still living there in Murfreesboro?
You paid Vincent $1,600 in premiums and got nothing in return? Well, yes, Mrs. Bernstein, I think you may have a problem here. Yes, ma'am. And don't forget to check with the Medicaid office. Boy, this Vincent guy is slick. He uses a health insurance scam to bilk retirees out of their savings.
He's a real prince. Before the trail gets too cold, you need to find just one shred of evidence that he's still alive so we can classify it unfounded. Ship it upstairs to the deceptive practices.
Andy's used to it by now. He's kept her out of a lot of trouble.
Her parents tell me he's the one causing the trouble.
Her parents aren't exactly in touch, you know, since Alex died.
Who's Alex?
Her little brother. Hit and run. Her dad's been impossible since, checking up on her, calling places, even showing up places looking for her. Drives Carrie crazy.
Crazy enough to want to take off, run away for a few days, or for good?
Got me. With Carrie, anything's possible.
Can I help you, ma'am?
Oh, I'm so disorganized. There was a note on Mr. Vincent's door. Is this it?
The light is so bad.
Investigator Maron.
That's the name on the note. Is Mr. Vincent in some trouble?
Ma'am, I'm Lieutenant McCall.
Evelyn Spanier.
I'll get Detective Moreau.
You're going to help me find Mr. Vincent?
We'll do everything we can. Investigating Officer Marone, Evelyn Spanier. He's looking for Mr. Vincent, too.
I need him to approve the surgery on my husband right away.
Did he sell you a health policy?
We made all the payments, $9,000 this year. He said we'd never have to worry. We borrowed against our life insurance.
Mrs. Spanier, you should be with your husband now.
We'll approve the surgery.
I'll contact social services. They'll get your husband all the medical care he needs.
Bobby.
We lost it all, didn't we? The money, the insurance.
Detective Davison will help you file a complaint.
Right this way, man.
If this bloodsucker committed suicide, great. But if he's still walking, I want to make him wish he was dead.
They were supposed to meet us at Angelo's after the party up on Michigan Avenue. They were no-shows.
Andy's dad thinks they're off somewhere trying to be alone.
Mr. T thinks you better get all you can before you turn 21. He tell you about the time he tried to buy Andy a hooker?
No, he didn't mention that.
The dude's obsessed. He wants to turn Andy into some Brutus like his brothers.
You think Andy'd stay away on purpose to try to get the old man off his back?
No way, not with Carrie. Her parents are already on her back. Andy's solid, man. He doesn't play games like that.
When did he make his last payment? Let me know if anything comes up on his credit card. Thanks, Bert. Vincent's maxed out on all his credit cards, hasn't even paid the minimum in 2 months. Driver's license photos. Bitter in Ohio, Vincent in Illinois.
Funny how when the fingerprints match, the faces seem to follow suit.
Carlos, line 4, man.
Motto and missing persons.
I'm looking for Investigator Karatzik.
Hold on, please. Bobby!
Investigator Karatzik's right there. What?
This one's for you, not for me. This guy says he's Louise Madison's cousin.
Oh, sorry, man. Try line 2.
Hello. Hello. Nice work, Bobby. When's Dan coming back?
What was that? She married a serviceman. Now, is that green with an E on the end?
Where's Sandowski?
Excuse me. He just called. He's on his way in.
Did you get social services from Mrs. Spanier?
I've been trying, but the line's been busy every time.
Try again.
Okay.
Now.
I'll get back to you.
Ann and I haven't spoken in months. We had a fight.
Oh, I've had some whoppers with my best friend, but we always make up.
I don't really want to talk about this. Look, she's gone. Can't she just be gone?
Yeah, but I have to hear from her first, so I can mark it voluntary. It's kind of the way it works. Was it about Scott, the fight?
Yeah. They really loved each other. But I was afraid. I didn't want Ann to get sick, too.
Why would you think that Ann could get sick?
Because I didn't know enough about AIDS.
AIDS? Scott had AIDS?
You didn't know?
No. How did he get it?
I asked the same question. Annie went ballistic. Said, why, so you can point a finger, say he brought it on himself like everybody else said?
His parents told me that he had cancer.
His parents couldn't even say the word AIDS. Scott would have died alone if it wasn't for Ann.
So you were worried about your friend. I'm sure she understood.
She didn't. And I don't blame her. I was stupid and selfish like everybody else. That's what drove her away. I think she was sick already. Even if she was, she never would have told anybody anyway.
Do you have any idea where she went?
I don't know. But I have this awful feeling that she died. That she was all alone and she died.
Super deluxe with everything on it. You owe me, pal.
Come on, man. Get that greasy thing off my paperwork. And I was just about to propose to you, too. Yeah, missing persons, Davison. Yeah, Johnny, line 5, man.
Sandowski?
Yeah, this is Ari Tedesco here. Just checking in. I won't be bothering you, but, you know, wife's on my back. Kids, they really put you through it. You try to teach them something, they think they know it all. They don't care who they hurt. Look who I'm talking to. You're practically a kid yourself.
Maybe Andy's not trying to hurt you, Mr. Tedesco. The people I talk to say he's a pretty thoughtful guy.
Well, you tell me about my own son? You think you know Andy better than I do?
I'm just saying there's a chance he might be in some kind of trouble. I know it's hard to think about that right now, but maybe it's better than blaming him for something he might not have done.
Listen, I gotta go. Give me a call if you hear anything. Bye.
Ray, Miami, St. Pete, Charlotte, Philly, they've all got warrants for a guy with Vincent's fingerprints. Different names, same kinds of scams.
Bogus health insurance.
Yeah.
Guy set us up. He knew his fingerprints would flag warrants all over the country.
Yeah, one suicide and all those warrants disappear from the books.
Mr. Llewellyn, I'm in kind of a bind here. I think I know what happened to Ann, but I don't know how to find her.
We already talked to you.
I think you could help. I think you know why she's gone, too.
Who's at the door?
Mrs. Llewellyn, I spoke with Janet Barnes, a friend of Scott and Ann's.
What gives you the right to disrupt our lives like this?
People have to take care of each other.
It doesn't always do any good.
Mr. Llewellyn, you know what it's like to lose a child. Think about what it's like for the Connellers, not knowing Maybe never knowing what happened to Anne.
Please, don't open this whole thing up again. Please.
My son was 25 years old. I carried him in a box from that church and put him in the ground. No parent should ever have to go through that.
Did Anne have the same disease as Scott had?
Please don't do this!
He can't even say he's worried about his son. Is that so hard?
For some people, yes. Johnny, you gotta back off.
I'm having trouble doing that, Lieutenant. He's always pushing him to be like the two older brothers, judging him. This is my family all over again.
Use what you know. You're Andy Tedesco. Where do you go?
Something must have happened to him. Carrie Whitman might have blown up her parents for a while, but Andy would have called his mom if he could.
Check the night watch reports. Ambulance services, hospitals, ERs.
Tow yards, the morgue. They left Hyde Park at 10:30. They planned to meet downtown at midnight. That's a 20-minute drive.
That's 20 minutes of Lakeshore Drive. Unless things have changed a lot more than I thought, that's a lot of prime necking territory.
They haven't. Watching submarine races is still very popular, but nobody spotted the car.
Maybe they kept heading north. Contact the suburbs. Kenilworth, Winnetka, Island Park. It's worth a try.
I ain't getting it, man. I'm serious. I'm not getting it.
Isn't that your line?
Call it. Yeah, missing persons, Davidson. Yeah, I'm trying to locate a Louise Green in Fort Wayne.
Rough day?
First.
Yeah, that would be her married name. Her maiden name is Madison. Yeah. Well, I just thought you might have a record of her down at the VA. She's a vet.
Check the phone company. Message unit details, toll calls, long distance.
Muds, tolls, everything. I have every call that she made in the last 6 months before she left. I got every name for every number except one. It was a pager, and it's been disconnected, and there's no record of who it belonged to. The last week before she disappeared, that week alone, she phoned it 19 times.
Sounds like you found the broom you've been looking for. AIDS underground. They stockpile drugs, disseminate information. Whatever they can do to help someone get through his last months a little easier.
They can help somebody disappear without a trace?
With a 3-month head start like Ann Conlon had, they could put up a brick wall. We're starting to run into more and more cases.
How do I get in touch with them?
You don't. When they hear about someone who's ill and needs help, they do the contacting. Very sophisticated group.
Colonel Green? You mean she actually made full colonel? Can you tell me how I can get a hold of Colonel Green, please?
Go home, Connie. Paperwork will still be here tomorrow.
What about the Cannell case?
You can't find her if she doesn't want to be found. Manaher's got the Algerian flu or something.
Well, you know, Lieutenant, I'm starting to feel a little sick, too.
Forget it. You're on the phones again tomorrow.
Come on, Lieutenant, I ain't cut out for this stuff.
Bobby, man of your talents, you can do it. You can handle it. I know you can.
We're up to 9 aliases now, and God knows how many victims.
Carlos, what you doing tomorrow, man? Come on, give me a hand. Carlos!
Excuse me, is this where Connie Karatsik works?
Yeah, but you just missed her.
Oh. Do you think I could leave her a note?
Help yourself.
Thanks.
Carlos, what kind of scam is Vincent running? No, listen to me. I've been thinking about this all night. He wants to be declared dead. Right. Why? To get a death notice in the paper. Think about what this guy does for a living. Insurance scams. Right. So, maybe he's collecting on his own death.
Expecting somebody else?
Get his aliases out to all the major carriers. If you come up with any policies, find a beneficiary, you find a guy, I'll bet you on it.
It's Anita.
She wants to know when you're going to let her husband come to bed.
When we're finished.
It's hopeless. Yeah, I'll call you tomorrow.
Carlos? Carlos, you still there? Good. See you in the morning.
Ray, it's almost midnight.
He was up. He watches Nightline.
Yeah, but you don't. Whatever happened to McAuliffe Rule number 6? Work stays in the office.
It's an interesting reminder, coming from a woman who's been spending more and more time in her father's print shop.
Do I detect a note of resentment?
A little. More like longing.
He needs my help. It's been hard for me, too. I miss you, Ray. We're both here now.
Just one more call.
Okay. What exactly is so important at this time of night?
Looking for a con man. The lowest kind. Preys on old people. Vulnerable old people. What if your dad got taken for his life savings? Wouldn't you want the police working around the clock?
I'll wait for you upstairs.
Johnny! What's up, man? What are you bummed about?
Andy and Carrie, there's 2 kids I've been looking for. They've been gone too long, man. I don't like it at all.
Nobody's seen him at the midnight submarine races?
I've had blue and whites cruising past every lover's lane from Gary to Milwaukee. Nothing.
Let me save you a little heartache, buddy. I know this from personal experience. When you park by the lake, the best spaces are the ones you can't see from the road. Something tells me you probably knew that already, though, huh?
That's it, man. You're a genius. We've been looking from the wrong side.
Good morning, Constance.
Hi.
Where the donuts?
Oh, today's donut man just ran out of here.
Who, Johnny? Johnny didn't have any donuts.
Oh, that's too bad.
Bobby,
Yeah.
who left this note on my desk?
Some guy came past last night with one of those repairman work shirts on with the patch on it. I didn't catch the company. I guess Dan probably would have, huh?
Hi, yes, is this Oakmount AIDS Hospice? I'd like to speak with Ann Conlon. Are you sure? No one there by that name. Is there a doctor in charge that I might be able to talk with? I'll wait, thanks.
Louise Green? Well, you sure have a young voice. It must be your mother I want to talk to. It's your grandmother. Is she Colonel Louise Green from Murfreesboro, Tennessee? She is, huh? Let me speak to her.
Dr. Billett, hi, I'm Investigator Karatsik, Chicago Police. I'm looking for an Ann Conlon. I think she might be there at the hospice.
I can't give out that information.
I understand, but her parents are very worried about her. She's just vanished.
Yeah, I wish I could help, but the whole idea here is privacy. AIDS doesn't allow people very much dignity.
Doctor, I don't want to appear insensitive, but this is police business. I need to know where Ann is.
I am aware of the law and its boundaries, officer. Unless you have reason to believe one of our patients committed a crime.
Look, Dr. Billett, Ann Conlon's parents don't know where she is, and I guess you know that I can't tell them. I just think it would be a terrible thing if some past misunderstanding kept these people from ever seeing each other again. If they could have a chance to say goodbye.
Listen, why don't you leave me your number, and if I happen to come across someone named Ann Conlon, I'll pass it along to her.
We've had a search going on up and down South Shore Drive, Lake Shore Drive, Sheridan Road, everywhere since yesterday. Came up with zip.
Maybe they just flew the coop, Johnny.
I'm telling you, I know this kid. His father is a carbon copy of my old man. And you know what that's like.
Sandowski the Terrible, the sergeant from hell. I felt his bite.
Charlie, I am 100% positive. We're not spotting that car because we can't see it from the road.
You got it. No problem. I got boats out all over the place. I'll radio them what to look for.
Thanks a lot, man.
Ray, you were right on the money. The guy had quite the insurance portfolio.
Beneficiary?
Roxanne DeFranco. He married her 4 times, 4 different names, 4 different states.
Guy's setting up an annuity for his retirement.
He got her bank, got her address. It all checks out. Lives up in Peterson Park.
Call my old friend Shay upstairs in Deceptive Practices. Tell him we're going to help him get his promotion.
Got it.
Hey, man, forgot to give you these this morning.
Great. Stale donuts for lunch, just what I always wanted.
You know something? It must be this desk or something. You sit there, and you automatically act obnoxious. Gotcha.
Sandowski, some guy from Harbor's been calling you.
Oh, thanks for telling me, man.
We're on our way up to Peterson Park. Alert the district up there. We're going to need some backup. Tell them to meet us there. Remember when we had energy like that?
When was that, Lieutenant? Missing Persons, Davison, may I help you? Hold on, please. Connie, Ann Conlon, line 7.
Thank you. Hi, Anne, I'm glad you called. No, it's okay. It's okay. I promise I cannot and I will not tell your parents anything that you don't want them to know. Could I just come over and talk to you? Great. Okay.
Sandowski, Missing Persons. Kids all right?
Banged up pretty good. They were pinned inside the car. Had to cut them out.
What happened? They get a little too rambunctious?
Well, they had the motor running to stay warm, and then one of them, they kicked the brake or the gear shift, and boom, the earth moved.
How you doing?
Hi.
This is the man who helped to find you.
Must have got an earful from my old man.
He blew some smoke my way. You know, guys like that, sometimes they have trouble saying how they feel.
At least he bothered showing up.
So the track star didn't run away after all.
Hi, Dad.
Is everyone okay here? So your mother was getting very worried. Three great sons. It's a blessing. You all do things your own way.
Thanks for coming out here, Dad. It really means a lot to me.
What the hell did you do to the car?
That's him.
Go in now.
Stop! Police!
Your own Vincent? You got the wrong name. So do you, Mr. Bitter Battler Dexter. And you know what? You're all under arrest. Look, this is a big mistake. I'm an attorney. Victor Paul.
We'll note that on your rap sheet. Read him his rights.
I'll forget this ugly miscarriage of justice right now.
You know, for a dead guy, sure makes a lot of noise.
Look, I know this is hard. What do you want?
You got some papers for me to sign or something?
Your, parents want to know where you are.
Believe me, they don't do so hot with bad news. I think they like the story I gave them better. Off in Europe, having a grand old time.
They, don't believe that anymore.
Yeah? Well, another great example of how things don't always work out the way you planned them. I didn't want them worried about me. I figured I only had a couple of months at the outside. I tried to set things up to avoid this. I wrote them a letter to apologize, say goodbye. It was supposed to be delivered after I died. But turns out I'm a tougher cookie than anybody expected.
Seems like a lot of work putting your cover story together.
I had help. Besides, didn't have much else on my agenda. Doesn't make sense to you, does it?
No.
Scott and I were both HIV positive when we met. Right here. Right in this building.
Some kind of support group or something like that.
Took us about 6 seconds to fall in love. We both tried to fight it for a while, but then we used to argue about who would go first. We had no idea how horrible it would be. I watched Scott. Friends staring, talking behind his back, afraid to shake his hand.
People are afraid of what they don't understand.
In the end, he was so weak, I had to change him. Bathe him, feed him. He couldn't pick up a spoon. All he wanted was to be held by his mother. Not me, not the nurse, his mother. And she couldn't do it. She'd come here to visit, she'd stand right by that door in her safety zone. The sicker he got, the farther back she stood. And his father wasn't much better.
But your parents love you, Anne.
Scott's parents loved him too. I don't want to hear my father tell me to keep my chin up because I can lick this thing. I don't want to see the pity in their eyes. I don't want to watch my mother standing in that door with her arms by her side. I can't. I won't.
How about their sadness? Can you let them show you that? You don't want to be a victim. I admire that.
Don't stroke me.
I'm trying to tell you something. There's more to it than just calling your own shots. How can you let your parents wonder what they did that was so horrible that you won't even let them say goodbye?
It's hard.
I can't even imagine. It was important for you to be with Scott. How would you feel if he didn't give you that chance?
Danny. I need you, Mommy.
Bobby, that you?
You got another man in your life?
What are you bringing flowers for?
Happy birthday, Mama. Mwah.
Thought I told you not to bring anything.
So I didn't listen. Go ahead, open it up.
Better not be expensive. What on earth? How did you know I like this? I haven't eaten licorice in 40 years.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Where in the world did you get this picture? Look how young I was. How young we both were. Louise? Well, you're just going to stand there, Marva May? Louise Madison. Get out, that ain't you. Kick the can, quick as you can. Cross the line. 3, 6, 9. Can't say you haven't changed in 40 years. I'm amazed we're both still standing. You know, I didn't think I'd ever see you again. Bobby found you, didn't he? That's what my son does. Does that for lots of people. Oh.
That's an Army colonel you hugging there, Mama.
Oh. Believe it. Oh!